Okay, getting to know the alleged victim in this case. We'll get a break, but first, John Day is with us in Santa Fe, New Mexico, criminal defense attorney there. This is, I can't overemphasize the event that they were at. It is not two people boating and two other people notice a woman in distress. This is, close your eyes and just think of the craziest party ever with yachts and boats and bikinis and music and high noons. That's what happened. The allegation is he tried to drown her, kill her, in front of, and police boats. This seems like it would be a winnable case. However, he was given 6 months and said, no, I don't want to do it. I am not taking 6 months. And here we are. He wants a bench trial. What are your overall thoughts of this showdown in the courtroom?
So, Ted, this is the brilliant defense of who are you going to believe, me or your own lying eyes? And that never works. The defense is trying to characterize this as a misunderstanding with the witnesses, the eyewitnesses who are testifying to exactly what they saw. It's not effective. And the fact is he turned down this amazing, I'm surprised that the prosecutors made this offer. Maybe the victim had some say and it didn't want to go to trial. But the idea was he gave up 6 months in a county lockup and he had to write a 500-word apology. Instead, he decided I could do better in front of a judge on attempted murder charges. It kind of boggles the mind.
Yeah, what a risk he has taken. He's going to spend years in prison, to your point, not county jail. He's going to the big house if found guilty. When you're a defense attorney and you go to a bench trial, you know the judge, right? That's part of the equation, presumably, that they think, okay, I know Judge Blank, this could be favorable.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's something in my 30 years of practicing criminal law that I'm missing, some brilliant move here that I've never heard of, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
And now we have the victim, alleged victim, on the stand. Okay, she's not going to maybe wow 12 people in a box. Again, his chances with her were much better with 12 people.
Yeah, again, if the defense says this was a misunderstanding, you know, maybe you hope that one of those 12 people will hang the jury. One of those 12 people will say, yeah, you know, putting your girlfriend's head underwater, the strangulation part, that whole thing was simply a misunderstanding. I suppose if you're rolling the dice, you've got a better chance with 12 jurors than one judge. And again, it gets back to, unless there's some brilliant strategy that none of us have ever heard of, it's just unfathomable why they're going down this road.
Yeah, we'll see. It seems like a massive risk, unnecessary. Just do 6 months, dude, and get out, and it's over. Let's get a break. When we come back, more from the alleged victim in this case, the girlfriend on the stand, still waiting for Richins. That could be 15, 20 minutes, so hey, we've got this. Stay with us. All right, we'll get a break, but first, John Day. Feels like this might have been overcharged a hair.
Then that's what the defense is hoping, is that with the bench trial, you've got a judge who's applying the elements of attempted murder to what the defense is saying is a domestic fight. But the problem for the defense is that when you take somebody, and according to the eyewitnesses, you hold their head underwater, does that rise to the level of attempted murder? So the defense has got their fingers crossed that this judge will think it was overcharged.
Mm-hmm. And his version of events, I'm sure, is going to be just, you can already hear his version of events. As she's telling her versions of events, it's going to be 180 degrees on the other side. This was no big deal. This wasn't a big fight. We were laughing, and I didn't try to hit her with the seltzer and blah, blah, blah. Again, I think 2 or 3 jurors are going to be a little bit turned off by this witness, and but a judge is going to be more down the middle, and he's going to eliminate all of the judgment in terms of character.
Yeah, it's such a gamble by the defense, thinking that, you know, all right, so what's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that can happen is you're going to spend a lot of your life in a state prison. So you have to wonder what was going into the strategy behind the idea to reject the 6 months in the county lockup and the 500-word apology.
He was studying to be a lawyer. He was studying law at the time of this. That's been put on hold. I guess that might have something to do with it. Correct? He doesn't want a
But
record, doesn't want a felony.
Maybe, but you remember who was also a law student was Ted Bundy, Ted. So, I mean, if you remember that. So,
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's keep that in the back of our minds as we move forward in life and we evaluate lawyers. No, I'm just kidding. John, as always, thank you. What are you betting on this? Guilty or not guilty?
I would say it's a quick guilty verdict.
Wow, okay. Even without hearing, it's those eyewitnesses. There's too many of them. That's the problem. All right,
yeah.
John, thank you. As always, we'll get a break. When we come back, Corey Richards